With tourism booming, like I said before, real estate gets fueled by tourism here on the island. Last year, we almost hit 1 million guests. So that's almost a threefold, almost 200% increase.
What makes Zanzibar truly special for you?
It's more than just an island. What I can tell people is Zanzibar isn't just a dream, it's a smart move.
Hello and welcome to Zanzibar Blueprint. This is your host Nurdin Mohammed. Today with me a very distinguished guest, one of our best directors. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Abui Mrusi, one of the directors here at PADDCO and also co-founder of ExploZanzi.com.
All right, that's very good. First of all, we're very happy to have you out of your very tight schedule, at least accepting to be part of this wonderful podcast, I believe. So, Mr. Abui, in your introduction, you said something about ExploZanzi. So, first of all, tell us what is ExploZanzi. People need to understand.
Yes, so as you know, ExploZanzi is a tour company here in Zanzibar. We've been running for about three years. ExploZanzi.com is the full name. The co-founder. I've been heavily invested in this since the beginning. It's a startup. And the whole concept of ExploZanzi is responsible and ethical tourism. Here in Zanzibar, a lot of people are pretty much not as updated with technology. So by using technology, we're bridging the gap from the locals who can't use phones and tech and straight to the customers. So ExploZanzi is a platform that connects two people together, and it's just a one-stop center for everything to do with tourism, from transfers, activities, and of course accommodation.
Wonderful. This is very great. So the reason I asked you about ExploZanzi, first of all, people get to understand what you do, and of course, our podcast today is going to speak much about the tourism and the real estate industry, specifically here in Zanzibar. So basically, you're diaspora, right? You came to Zanzibar because of the future, because of the opportunity might you have seen. I would like to ask you the first question. What makes Zanzibar truly special for you as a manager and as a local right now?
Zanzibar it's more than just an island. Zanzibar has so much to offer. Quality of life, it's so peaceful. The rich culture we have, the rich history we have, and just the sense of community within our environment. Especially me as a Stone Town boy. I could never see myself leaving Stone Town, even though I would love to have a beach property. But Stone Town for me has always been deeply invested in my heart, and just this is home. An island where many people come and fall in love with it. It has a very good energy and inviting energy when you're here, and you just forget about all of the stresses about the world when you're here, especially on vacation, of course. The high of it is through vacation.
So you have spoke something about vacations and how beautiful Zanzibar is, and the reason I want to ask you this question right now is PADDCO has given you an authority to being the person responsible under the property management and also the tourism. How would you relate these two staff? Because we're highly depending on those two staff in the coming time.
Of course. So as you know, I'm the head of PADDCO management. And in tourism, the fuel behind tourism is real estate. So the tourism fuels real estate, and real estate accommodates tourism. At the moment in Zanzibar, we don't have enough properties to accommodate the guests that we have, especially during peak seasons. And tourism is growing at a rate that the properties can't keep up with. So with PADDCO management and the experience I have in tourism combined together, we will know how to make sure the occupancy of these properties that we have with Blue Pearl and Chukwani Shores are filled up. Why? Because the developments have all been chosen in strategic locations where most of these locations that we choose are tourism hubs.
Tourism hubs, yeah.
accommodation is needed, and especially luxury accommodation, private living, being inside your own villa, your own apartment. This kind of accommodation here is not as common. And yeah.
All right. So on top of that, I would like to add something which is very, very important. Over 2 years ago, Zanzibar has been approaching over millions people, and this we're speaking of the international tourism. So can you speak a bit low about the seasonal of the tourism industry here in Zanzibar, at least?
So traditionally, Zanzibar had only 2 seasons. In 2015, the statistics were there was around 350,000 guests in a year. And then last year we almost hit 1 million guests. So that's almost a threefold, almost 200% increase in the last 10 years. And this increase started during COVID. So now the tourism in Zanzibar has completely shifted. We don't have a low season like we did before 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was December for Christmas, New Year's, January, and then it completely dies down in February, maybe for Valentine's and stuff, and then it just dies down all the way again to late June. And the European holiday season, July, August, it gets busy, then dies down again in September. But since our tourism has increased so much, it's busy from June all the way to March. And then we don't have a low season. Like right now, it's the rainy season, but we still have a lot of guests coming.
Of course, I see.
Yeah, not like December, but it's I could say it's a stable amount of guests that are coming every month, and we have a lot of local tourism during these months. And then the rainy season doesn't mean like it's raining 24/7. It's just bursts of rain for a few hours, or maybe sometimes just a few minutes a day. But it's called the rainy season for a reason. The type of guests that we do get are people who enjoy the rain. And there's a lot of people who do enjoy the rain, especially when they're sleeping. Yeah.
So from your perspective, as a person who's an expert to the tourism industry, is it the right time for the people that are listening to us to come and invest in Zanzibar real estate market?
100%. This is the best time, especially now with our developments with, that Blue Pearl sold out in 45 days. You could tell that people were itching to know something like this was about to happen in Zanzibar. And then when the CEO did launch it, Mr. Maxwell, we sold out in 45 days, which was unheard of in Zanzibar. So that in itself just told us there's a huge demand for this, and people are ready, and they know that it's not late, still early. I've said this before, the best time to plant a tree is today if you haven't done it before. So we're going through our boom period right now in Zanzibar, and this is literally the golden era for us.
Golden era.
Yeah, I keep repeating this, but it's the golden era for Zanzibar. This is the best time to invest because the infrastructure is growing. Because if you invested 20 years ago, you don't know what the future holds. You could think about the potential of, oh, maybe it's going to be like this. But without the initiatives through, the government and many investors coming together to invest in Zanzibar, there would have never been this period of growth that we're experiencing right now. So it's still early days, very early.
So speaking of tourism booming, right now the tourism industry is booming. How do you think the tourism booming would affect the real estate market, the industry of the real estate in general?
With tourism booming, like I said before, real estate gets fueled by tourism here on the island. And then if tourism goes up, that only means the accommodation rates and the occupancy are only going to go up. And tourism booming, there's a demand for luxury living, especially in villas, apartments, in private areas. Because a hotel is always a lovely place to stay.
I love
it. But there's a lot of people who like staying in their own refined spaces, and they don't want to get bothered by other people. They just want to be inside have a good time with their families. Privacy is very important for a lot of guests. So we accommodate to all of this, and it's more responsible when you look at it, because whatever people want to do and have fun, it's all inside a private residence.
I want to ask you, like, how do you see Zanzibar in 5 years? But the perspective of Zanzibar, how was it, speaking from the tourism and the real estate market 5 years ago, and how do you see it 5 years from now?
So tourism 5 years ago was completely different to how it was now. It was less regulated. There was only a few players in the game. Not a lot of people were heavily invested in tourism. And then as soon as the huge increase during COVID, as you know, our country was open, Tanzania was open, Zanzibar was open, and a lot of guests came, especially when their countries opened too. And then we saw that there was a problem in the tourism sector where we can't accommodate these many people because there's not enough people to look after them in the tourism sector. And this is where the tourism business started booming, because everybody wants to become a tour company. And that's when obviously we saw the opportunity to open ExploZanzi. And then now it's completely different. It's more regulated, way more professional than it was before. And in 5 years from now, I think it's going to be top tier when it comes to service, because we're really working on regulating tourism in Zanzibar. The government's really working, the Ministry of Tourism is really working hard on regulating and making sure we follow a specific standard where we show our culture, in Swahili we say utamaduni, our hospitality, and the type of services that we want to give as an island, because we want guests to come back. So it's going to be very, very busy in the next 5 years.
Wow. So speaking of big busy, the next 5 years, many digital nomads and entrepreneurs are looking for new bases. Why do you think Zanzibar is an ideal destination for them?
Yeah, especially for digital nomads. This is a haven for them, because imagine being in Nongwe, in your villa, you're working, we'll have internet, high-speed Wi-Fi. All of this is accessible on the island, of course. You could work, and then when you're off work, you could experience being on the beach. You could go to Mnemba Island. You could have fresh foods with no GMOs in them. So it's, many digital nomads have this kind of lifestyle of being fit, eating healthy, having the freedom to explore new locations, which the Zanzibar has plenty of, and just building a sense of they want to feel at home. And when you're in Zanzibar, no matter where you are, once you're there for a few days, you'll start feeling at home, because our culture is very accommodating to guests. I could say we're hosts with the most.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you think? What is the expectation of the investors, the lifestyle expectation for investors that are looking to invest with PADDCO? What do you promise them when it comes to the lifestyle expectation for them?
With PADDCO, of course, you're not only buying a building, but you're buying a lifestyle. You're buying into a partnership with PADDCO, because we as PADDCO management will be managing your properties for you. And the lifestyle itself, waking up to the sound of the waves at Chukwani shores, breakfast being delivered to your apartment, your villa, having the accessibility to being on a deck here and a boat taking you to these wonderful islands such as Prison Island, Nakupenda, Bawe, Chumbe. And with PADDCO management, of course, we will be managing this is where our partnership comes in, even after you buy a property with us. We'll manage your property for you. And with the experience I have in tourism, you will see nothing could be hidden. Everything could be very transparent. You'll know when guests check in, check out, what your monthly income is, and all of the overheads. Nothing will be everything could be on a clean white paper for both PADDCO management to see and you guys to see.
Okay, that's very helpful. So I would like to ask you. We know, like, generally, the government is doing a lot, but what do you think is the government support when it comes to these two industry, the tourism and the real estate?
So with the government support, we have ZIPA, Zanzibar Investment Promotion Authority.
Yeah.
It's a one-step center, and they make sure they walk with us through the whole process from all of the compliances that we need to do, all of the permissions, all of the regulations, and from land acquisitions to knowing that everything is fine. And lastly, of course, the visas. They help us with all of this stuff. And they've been very supportive to us during the process of, getting the approval for Blue Pearl and Chwani Shores. It's been like I said, a one-step center. So apart from the government helping us and making sure everything goes smoothly, there's an association that's recently been formed. It's called REDA. And it's all of the people who are involved in development, real estate. They come together, all of our concerns are spoken on a table, and then we move forward by working with government officials to make sure our voice is heard if there's anything that needs to be fixed, basically. So the association is new. Like I said, we're moving forward in Zanzibar. These are the kind of things that are definitely going to drive real estate and development much more smoothly. So we make sure we move fast, we act fast, and we give properties at a pace that we promise at.
Oh, so you mentioned something about REDA and this, the government supports and everything. And on top of that, I want to add something which is very, very important. And this help a lot of the people that are willing, or they're like skeptical when it comes to investing in Zanzibar. This organization such as ZIPA and REDAs are giving them a very conducive environment to see it differently. But we as PADDCO also, we play a very wonderful role to ensure that they feel secure when they come invest in Zanzibar.
100%.
Number one, we keep transparency. We are very open. There's no hidden cost. We tell you everything's upfront, starting from the service charge, our prices, and every cost that you're going to incur.
What you're expecting.
Yes, we tell you upfront. And then when we understood that people are still having, I would say, an atrocious belief when it comes to Zanzibar, so we even created a payment plan that give them stability and assurance. So you just need to pay a little. Meanwhile, while we are developing, to show you that we are very committed to do whatever we are doing. So this, with the government supports and everything, create a very wonderful environment to the people that are very unsure when it comes to coming here in Zanzibar and investing in Zanzibar. Yeah.
First of all, remember, PADDCO gives you your keys when you've paid 80% of the value of the property that you've purchased.
Of course.
That's the type of assurance and security that we're giving you. You need to be happy with your house.
Yes,
and then you could transfer the rest of the funds. So this is very rare in developing. Most people want 100% when you give them the keys. And with PADDCO, the transparency is, like you said, it's unbeatable. We show you everything that we're doing. And then apart from that, our relationship carries on even after you've purchased the property. Because we as PADDCO management will be managing your property for you.
That was supposed to be my next question.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you that.
Yes.
From perspective of post handing over, after handing over to the people that are not living in Zanzibar. Like, they wanted to invest with us, they trusted us, but they're not looking to live in Zanzibar, right? So how is the journey of the property management to them will look like, speaking of transparency, chaos and everything? Could you explain it into detail on how this property management journey will look like to someone who never set a foot in Zanzibar? I'll give an example on my side. I was speaking with one of my customers and he said, Nurdin, I'm buying this property the reason I'm buying this property is because I love the investment, I trust your company, I trust your CEO, and I feel very secure. But I don't plan to come and even visit Zanzibar even once. So to the people like this, we have people like this, right? People who bought property from us without even visiting Zanzibar.
Yes.
Could you explain the property management journey to them?
With PADDCO, of course, most of our investors have never been to Zanzibar before. They're planning on coming, but this is where this is where PADDCO management really takes its presence in the development. Our job as PADDCO management is to make sure your property is filled. Most of our investors have bought the property as an income generating asset, not to live in. So with occupancy being very high in Zanzibar, especially with the hubs that we've chosen, we've chosen very strategic locations where we know the demand for luxury living plus the location and the way tourism is, all three of this will only bring occupancy high into our developments. And with PADDCO management and my experience, the type of services that we want to give to our potential clients who will be staying in our developments it's going to be top tier. And with PADDCO management, we're going to be very transparent as well. We'll show you how many days your property has been occupied during the month. We will make it so much easier for you. Like I said, ZIPA is a one-stop center to invest in Zanzibar in terms of developing. But PADDCO is another platform where you're investing in a income-generating asset that you don't even need to come and see, but through our monthly reports how much your property has been making. And this is something that hasn't really been done in Zanzibar. We're probably one of the first people doing this, where we build for you, we hand over, and we manage the property to make sure we give you the ROIs that we've said on our social media.
All right, that was very detailed, I would say. So finally, to someone who is listening to you right now, Mr. Abui.
Yes.
For the first time, they're hearing Zanzibar. For the first time, they're seeing this podcast. For the first time, they are hearing about existence of our company, PADDCO. What do you want to tell them?
What I can tell people is Zanzibar isn't just a dream. It's a smart move. It's one of the only places, a few places in the world where paradise meets profit. And if you want your money to work for you while you're not in Zanzibar and you're in a different location, this is the right way to move, as we're very ethical, very transparent, and early stages of Zanzibar's boom in tourism and real estate. So it's a non-brainer for someone who wants to make an investment and make your money work for you. PADDCO is the way forward. As you know, smart investors move early. Ask anyone who invested in Dubai in 2001, and where are they now? Zanzibar has all of the ingredients of moving in the same direction. Infrastructure, rapid digitalization, airports are being built. Like the whole structure is just accommodating tourism and the growth of Zanzibar and Tanzania as a whole, of course. And this will only make it much easier for more guests coming to Zanzibar, high ROIs, and rapid property value appreciation.
On top of that, I want to tell you something that maybe it will catch the attention of our listeners, right? Do you know, just give a guess, how much of the mobile transaction happened in Africa in 2023? Just tell me, give me a rough number.
The whole of Africa, correct?
The whole of Africa.
The whole of the continent. I'm going to say $100 billion.
$100 billion.
Yeah.
What if I tell you that it's much more than that? Can you guess again?
200?
No.
3?
No.
4?
No.
5?
It is $700 billion.
Wow.
Only 2023. I don't know what happened in 2024, but and these are like mobile transactions. 700 billions in Africa. What did this tell you?
Like we're going up.
They already know, right?
Yeah, we don't really need to answer. The answer is there for you.
The answer is there. All right. Thank you so much for being part of this and listening this wonderful podcast. Today we try to explain the relationship basically between the tourism and the real estate industry. For the people that want to understand and learn more, please do visit our website, www.paddco.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave us a comment right there of what you need to hear next time. And thank you so much.
Looking for smart, secure investment? Zanzibar is rising, and PADDCO is leading the way. Beachfront properties, high returns, full ownership. This isn't just real estate, it's your future. Invest with PADDCO. Own a piece of paradise.